All right. So all of you should have a new book. Should have traded in the moving straight ahead. And you're getting your what do you expect book for this unit. You should have recycled all your materials from the learning section, the warm-up and exit ticket, and the homework. Your binder should be 20 pounds less because that was a long unit. You should have read pages 7 and 8 to kind of get a feel for what this unit's about. And then some of you probably already started on problem 19. So if you go ahead and put these 2 papers in your learning tab right in the front, 1.1 and the 1.1 worksheet. So if you have not done that, please put those in your learning tab. On your warm-up, please write down starting new units. So we have a couple things that we got to get through today. One, I want to talk to you about the test we took on Thursday. Allie, were you here on Thursday? Yeah, you were. Okay. So everyone took the test on Thursday in this class.
I was gone.
Oh, you were gone, and you?
Yeah.
One of you I missed because I only thought there were 2 of you. As soon as you said that, I keep thinking you're in the 6th period still. They're like, Ashton's not in here anymore. They said that last period. I was like, oh, that's right. But yeah, Josh, I didn't realize you were in here.
Did you mark me present?
Well, today I did.
On Thursday?
I don't remember.
That would be safe if you did.
I don't think so, but all right. So there were 3 kids. So tomorrow morning I'll be here. Can you get here by 7 in the morning? What about you, Josh?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You can be here by 7?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Better do it.
All right. So I'll be here tomorrow morning, Josh, so you can show up and then take the test. Once I get Ash and Josh and one other student done with the test, then I'll be able to release the scores back to you. Okay. I haven't finished the whole entire test yet. Haven't done the paper part. And I'm almost on the computer part, grading. So far, pretty good. I haven't graded the open response question, which is one of the harder questions, so we'll see how we do on that. And retakes. Allie, if you did a retake, okay, I'm ready to release that once I have one more student take it, and they're taking it tomorrow morning. So I'll be able to give you your retake scores from Investigation 3 tomorrow. Retake scores were much better. This test, remember, you don't get retakes. There's only corrections. You get 25% of the points back. For each question you correctly fix, that's the key. If you choose not to do the whole test, you get 25% back for each question you fix. So if you missed a point, if you correct that one mistake, you're going to get 0.25 of a point back. Okay? If you got an A, I'm not doing any correction forms. If you get a high B, you can go ahead and do it, but remember, you can't get an A on any corrections or retakes. Just how I have my policy. If you failed, it's going to be mandatory that you do a correction form, okay? Or you scored a low D, I will fine you, and you'll do that correction form during your time, or you can come in and do it during your time. Either one. You can do it when you're at lunch and recess with your friends, I'll grab you, or you can come in the morning and do it then too. Like I said, you'll know hopefully by Wednesday, I can get Ashton to take this test, and then I can release the scores. So if the scores aren't released, you can hunt down Ashton and get really mad at him. Okay, so that's about the test. Today we're talking about this. I absolutely love this unit. And, ready, last year, this was the highest grade we got all year on this unit. So, it does get a little harder in 3 and 4, but investigation 1 and 2, it's super fun. It's very practical. You can use this stuff all the time. It's pretty neat. I like this unit a lot, and it's really fun. I can collect data. What's data?
Information about a certain thing.
Okay, information about a certain thing. In science, how do you get data?
Studying
Experiments, studying, research. Okay, so that's how we collect data. In here today, we're going to do an experiment, a math experiment, and we're going to collect data. We have I don't know, there's 8 experiments in this unit, which is really cool.
Experiments.
Yes, experiments. Experience is. So we're going to collect data. So to help me predict an outcome of a situation. I know you guys know what prediction is, but what's an outcome? Rachel? It's like the answer to something, right? It's like the product. It's whatever you get out. If it says an outcome, can there be more than one? Yeah. So multiple. So we're going to be making predictions about our data and trying to make an educated guess on an outcome.
Prediction.
Okay, which is a prediction. Any questions about that today? No, we're good? So I'd like you guys to turn to 1.1, the sheet you grabbed at the door. Carl and Quinn, you guys are up for this week. Homework. Okay? Carl, we're good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this sheet, 1.1. So I want you to discuss this question with your partner here today. What are the chances of getting a 2 when you roll a number cube? And let's say the number cube's a normal dice. Okay, talk at your tables. Go.
Well, it's 1 out 6. Combine the percentages by the top by the bottom. So it's 1.
What do you think?
You guys done?
No. He's talking about rolling a thing 1.
Are you guys still working on your connect? You're like, isn't that none? Okay, let's do this one.
1 divided by 16.
So it'd be 1/6 is your percent.
0.167.
So here are on my number cube, on a normal dice, I have these as outcomes. I have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. I'm looking to just get 2 in this question. So that's only 1. I only have 1 desired outcome. So I want you to take these notes. How I figure out my fraction is I have desired outcome, and in this case, I only have 1 desired outcome, and it is to get a 2. And then underneath, total possibilities. Now, in this case, with the number cube, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 1 desired outcome out of 6 total possibilities. This is my fraction. This is how I would write this fraction. 1 divided by 6. So, what is this as a percent, and how do I figure this out? How do I figure this out as I got a couple hands? How do I take my fraction and figure out how to convert it to a percent? Si?
Divide the top by the bottom.
Divide the top by the bottom. So I literally go 1 divided by 6. In this case, I get an answer of 0.16666 repeating. I would Now, to turn this to a percent, I move the decimal 2 places, 1, 2. So I'm going to round. I would have a 17% chance. So what does that 17% mean? What does that mean? If I was to roll the dice 100 times, how many times would I get a 2?
17.
17. That's what that number means. Is that if I was to roll this dice,
Can we test that? Yes.
we will, 100 times, 17 of them would be a 2. Now, is this 100% accurate and true? No.
That'd be awesome. It would differ.
This is me predicting based on what I know about my outcomes and how probabilities work. You are going to use a prediction today based on a small portion of data, and then we're going to fill in the rest of the data, and we're actually going to see what the outcome is. But you're going to make a prediction today. Yours is about this down here. I'm going to take that out. What are the chances of getting tails when you flip a coin?
50%.
50%. What's another way to say it? 1 out of 2. I have one possibility, my desired one, which is a tails, out of 2 possibilities, which is tails and heads. So here, this number represents my tails. That represents my tails and heads. So that equals 0.5, which then equals,
Wait, our paper doesn't say that.
I know, 50%. So if I was to flip, let's say I got this situation. I flip 7 times, and I get tails every single time.
You're lucky. It's just check.
Okay? Should I expect this to continue? Talk your tables.
It doesn't really matter. No,
Should I expect it to continue?
like it said when we were reading, chance can sometimes.
I don't think so. I mean, if you're a lucky person, maybe.
I like that. And I am a lucky person. Okay. So, all right. So, I heard, well, if you're a lucky person, maybe it will continue. But if I'm thinking mathematically, which is how I like to think, does this seem like it's going to continue? No. If I was to flip 1,000 times, what do you think I would get for tails and heads?
Like around 500.
Yes. Around 500. Now, do you think it's going to be 500 and 500?
That would be crazy. Around.
Okay. But around. Now, if I was to flip 1,000,000 times,
Around.
it would be even closer to a 50-50. The more I flip, the closer it gets to the real probability.
But we're not going to flip a coin 1,000,000 times, are we?
Oh yeah, 1,000,000 times. You're here all week.
Yes.
So, we're going to do this experiment today, where you're going to flip the coin that I have up here, and hold on, I'm going to show you how to do it. Please turn your paper over. Ben. Sai, chair down. All right. So, here's my coin toss data. This is how I fill this in. I take my coin, I flip it, I look at it. That was a tails. So I would write tails in this column. Number of heads so far? 0. Fraction of heads so far? 0 out of 1 toss. My bottom number tells me how many times I tossed. The top number is going to tell me how many times I get heads. What's my percent so far? 0%. So I'm flip it again. Tails again. 0. 0 out of 2. 0%. Heads. Heads. 1. 1 out of 3, because how many times have I flipped now? 3 times. That's the number there. So this would be a 33.3%. All right. So at 5, here's what you will do, Chris. When you get to 5, you're going to look at your data because you're only going to flip 30 times. Okay, you're only going to flip 30 times. You get to use your top 5 flips and make a prediction around what do you think you're going to get for heads at the end. Because remember, if I'm talking about, what was the boy's name in the book? Kobe. So Kobe, he wants Cocoa Blast, right? Sounds like a good cereal.
Why?
Okay, what does his mom want him to eat? Right? Healthy crunch.
No, it's health nut flakes.
Health nut flakes. Okay. Which is made from part bird seed. So, because it's super healthy. All right. So he wants Cocoa Blast. His mom wants health nut flakes. And so Kobe says, hey, let's flip a coin. If I get heads, I get my Cocoa Blasts. If I get tails, I will eat your health nut flakes.
Eat your house.
So,
I'll eat the elephant.
you, after 5 flips, you get to make a prediction. Okay? Based on what do you think the percent is going to be for Kobe to eat Cocoa Blasts. Okay? And you get to kind of look at what you get in the first 5. Okay? It's only 30 flips. So you have to figure out.
But do you have to use the percentage that you see in the first 5?
No.
Okay.
You can just kind of use your first 5 to make, to maybe put that into consideration. All right. You are going to need. This is your coin flip. Guys, this is your coin flip. This is how it works. You're going to work with the toolkit partners. One person writes the information. If there's 2 of you, 2 of you write. I'm sorry, if there's 3 of you, 2 of you write the information, and 1 person flips. You've got to do this fast. You're going to need a calculator for this part because you've got to calculate the percent. Okay? Get with your toolkit partner. Pennies are up here. Let's get going.
Is Olive here?
Olive's not here.
Okay.
So who else is in your group?
But she's sitting there now.
No, you go with
I got
Elise.
blue too.
Oh, wait, you're dark blue as well. Oh, this is from 2011. We're from...
All right. Wait.
Josh, I got the coin. You need one. What color are you? Oh, you're green. Yeah, I know.
Go. You guys. Ben, you guys go. Yeah, go for it. Hey, Sai, over here with Ben. He's picked a good spot. What's up? Presley. Where is she? There, right there. Allie and Presley back there, Jay.
Oh, shit, we got heavy today. Oh my god. Hey, that's mine. Well, let's go. Hey, what's your It's actually so fun. It's not actually. It was. I made it. Grab it to me and then I give it to you. Tails. Tails. Huh? If you want to play us, how does it work right now? Alright, Tails. What book is this? Don't be Tails. Tails! What the heck? No, these don't count. Oh my gosh, we've only got heads once out of 8. That was probably better than I had 8. Just flip it. No, flip it again. I can flip a coin, I just don't make those 6. 75. Oh wait, we have to do it. You just tally it. That was bad.
No,
Right now it's gonna be heads.
Still don't leave.
What do you mean it's Jay's? What is it? No, Travis gave it to me and then I gave it to her. I gave it to Travis. No, Travis. He already called it. I gave it to her. And then I gave it to her. I'm giving it to Jay.
Okay, make your prediction at 5. Did you make it? Write it on your paper. Okay, you guys make your prediction. Okay, good. Make your prediction. What was your? Okay, what's the percent though? Because remember, Colby wants to know how many times, he wants to know the percent of time he's going to get Cocoa Blast.
I don't think Kobe's gonna be getting Cocoa.
No, not on yours, huh? Did you guys make your prediction? Oh. Yes, remember you got to predict at 5. What percent do you think he's going to get Cocoa Blasts?
is it Kobe with a C or Kobe with a K?
C.
This would just be like 2%, 3%.
No, because
No, this would be 20%, 30%.
no, because it's 3, 3, 3, 3.
So,
Should be 3, 3.
2.6?
We got heads this time.
Oh yeah. So it'd be 33%.
We just forget what percentage it is.
Put a T. I'm sorry I broke your leg. You're fine, T.
We got heads again.
There you go, now it's even.
3 times. You gotta wait for me. If we
Yeah, but how often? How often? Like what percent of the time is he gonna eat Cocoa Blasts?
50% of the time.
Right now.
He gets a job and he eats it all.
Sorry, Vanessa.
4 out of 16. Oh.
Kind of, yes.
Okay.
So you guys are on 5, or you're on 6 now. Looking at your percents, now you can make your own guess. Make a prediction of what percent of the time is Colby going to eat his Cocoa Blasts. What do you think? You think by the time you get to the end, after 30 days, 80% of the time he's going to eat Cocoa Blast? Do you think that's going to be true at the end? Make a prediction, write it on your paper.
Okay, flip again.
Okay, but what percent of the time is he going to eat it?
50% of the
You say 50? Okay. I'm asking. You say 3/5 of the time? 60% of the time he's going to eat Cocoa Blast? Okay, when you write your percents, you need to, so you get 4 out of 5, you get this 0.3, right? Actually, that shouldn't be 0.3. 3 divided by 5 is 0.6. So look, Jay, I get 0.6 as an answer. What is this as a percent?
Mr. McFarland.
60. I got to move it 2 places.
What are you doing with Ulysses?
So this would be 60%.
I gave it to Travis. We've all heard it.
Okay? Come on.
We got 50. Okay, you know about the sort of justice thing I'm saying? You know how I'm supposed to say okay? What if I say okay, but I don't do it? Would that, count?
That probably wouldn't be a very good idea, but you could try and see how it works out.
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
So confused. Okay, ready?
So make sure you write these percents down right.
We got 60.
He got, yes, here, 60%.
We got 50.
4.5, and then 4 out of, whoa, that's 4 out of 8. That's why he's writing it down wrong. 3 out of 7. Because remember, you got to write down how, the top one's how many heads, the bottom's how many tosses.
Oh, 13.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so how many flips are there, right? I don't know. 12. So at here, how many flips have you done?
Of heads or
No, just in general.
30.
No.
Hard to read.
First one.
So you got to write your percents now.
That's what I don't know how to make.
One.
Yeah, you do. How do you make a percent? We talked about it in the beginning.
By being smart.
Out of one?
How do you do it?
I remember you divide top number by bottom number.
Yes, top number by bottom number. So Kelly, I was explaining to Jay that fraction, top number is how many heads, that's your desired outcome. Bottom number is how many possibilities you had, and that's how many tosses.
Heart over whole. That's in the future.
I did. I wanted heads.
Okay. I'll start doing the pre-teaching part over whole.
Okay.
55%. Really? Oh, tails.
What was 14?
Okay, we only have about 4 more minutes, so get going. Yeah. If you're not working fast enough, you're not going to get all 30. That's just how it is.
We're only halfway.
Really?
Where's the coin?
I did.
It's funny how. Ooh, I like it. Keep going.
This poor guy has no chance of getting
Yeah, you're keeping it low, huh?
At first it was like,
So you're doing
I've forgotten his
have you stayed with the part over the whole? And it's only asking about heads. Fraction of the total. So now, oh, that's a fraction. You should have 30. Oh my gosh, you almost got 50%. You got 16 out of 30. what percentage is 16 divided by 30?
This kid's gonna get burned.
Jane, what's up? What's your question?
Alright, almost there, people. So number of heads would be how many heads you got? You got 16. Fraction of heads so far is parts over whole. Yeah, okay. And what's the last column?
Yeah.
Percent of heads so far. Then you need your percentage.
Or you got
Divide the top by the bottom.
There you go.
For your percentage and change the decimal.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Here, I'll just flip two. Alright.
You work down, I work up.
Twenty-seven percent is his chance of getting.
All right, guys, if you could bring your, I want you to listen. I want you to stay where you are, but I want the pennies, please. I know how much those pennies are worth to you, and I need to collect them. Ashton was eyeing my penny. He wanted to keep it.
He only had a 25% or 20%.
We're going to go over it. We're going to go over it.
Unfortunately, we had to do that.
Okay. I want you to stay at your groups. So I should have all the pennies, including the one, Radonna, you're trying to steal right now. All right. No, press it. Come on, we're done. We're done. That's why I'm asking for the pennies. Okay, so listen. We kind of already talked a little bit about, like, if I was to flip 1,000 times or 500 times or 1,000,000 times, what's going to happen? What percent am I going to get closer to? 50-50, right? 50% tails, 50% heads. Now with only 30 flips, our error is quite big. Okay, the law of probability and the law of averages doesn't really happen until you get into around the 70 mark. Then things start to kind of pan out. So it's going to be interesting to see what you get here. So, Ashton, your group, that's you, Scarlett, and Quinn. How many heads did you guys get? 16. 16 heads out of how many flips? Out of 30. And what's that as a percent? 53%. Let's go Josh, Jaden, and Elise. How many flips did you guys get? How many heads?
12.
And out of how many flips?
30.
And what was your percent? Well, 12 divided by 30.
40%.
40?
Yeah, that's 40%.
Okay, Sai, it was you and Ben, right?
Yeah.
How many heads did you guys get?
15 out of 21.
Whoa. All right, and what did you guys get as a percent?
71.
Okay. Jay, it was you, Allie, and Presley. How many times did you guys get heads? 11. What? 11 out of how many flips? And that worked out to a 46%. Are you sure that's 46? It's not lower? Like 44? Seems that right. Well, half would be 22, right? All right. So, all right, 45. Because I was like, wait. Because, oh, it's 45.8, so it is 46. All right, my math in my head was off. All right, Rachel and the R&R, 12 out of how many flips?
26.
And that is
46.1.
46%. I was going to say it's going to be the same as them. Guys. Chris, Anthony, and Cody. Out of how many flips? Oh.
70%.
Okay. Let's go to Radonna and Vanessa.
11.
Out of how many flips?
30.
Okay. Percent?
36%.
36%. And then Sylvie and Carl. How many flips? How many heads?
8.
Out of how many?
30.
Oh. Dang. No Cocoa Blast for you. What's the percent? 20?
27.
Whew.
Forehead.
All right, so you can see, Jay, you can see that we're all getting different percents. And there, I mean, you can see that kind of close. I mean, very close, kind of close. No, very close, very close. So we only have a couple that are really close. So this is what I'd like you to do. We're going to look at these percentages, and what we're basically going to do is, let's say, instead of just flipping this coin 30 times, that we see what our percent is as a class. So what we have to do now is, we don't need to add up all of our heads, because we've already done that with our percents here. So all you need to do here, how do you find an average of something? Quinn.
So you add up all of
So you add up all these.
and you divide them by
8.
no, 8.
So go ahead. Add up these and divide by 8 and tell me what the percent works out to be.
That's the bad. 46. Is that 71%?
71.
48.65.
What did I say? 71? 48.
Okay.
47. Ben has it.
48.6. I've heard that from a few kids. Okay. So we'll leave it just at 48.6%. Now, I'm going to take a screenshot of this. I love this stuff. This is so cool. And then I'm going to go here. Click. All right. So here, we're at a 48.6%. Now that is, I don't know how many flips we had, but I'm going to say it's going to be around 200 and something, 220. That is really close. And what happens is probability takes over. Like your chances, the more you do something, the more people contribute or the more outcomes you have, the closer you get to your chances of winning or getting your answer. So, these are the other classes.
Wow.
Third, 50.1%. Sixth, 51. And you guys are even closer than they were. Right? Yeah, by a tenth. And so now 7, 48.6%. So you're Cy and Elise. So the more you do this, the closer you're going to get to the 50-50. You guys know what your chances of winning the Mega Millions are?
Sure.
1 in a million? Man, there'd be a lot more people buying lottery tickets if it was only 1 in a million.
1 in 7 billion.
It's not quite that high. It's 1 in like 420 million. So, your chances of winning the Mega Millions is like 20 times less than you getting struck by lightning. You're like 20 times more likely to get struck by lightning than you are to win the Mega Millions.
Bet you $1 million to get struck by lightning.
It's a great comparison because, hold on. I mean, basically when you buy a Mega Millions ticket, it's basically taking that money. You might as well just crumple it up and just throw it out your window.
But what if that's the lucky number?
Now that's the thing. It's like, what if it's lucky? But here's the deal. If it is, then yeah, you'll win a lot of money. But your chances, Vanessa, are 1 out of 420 million.
So out of the 420 million,
So,
it might be the one.
What is the same person?
so, yes. So there is a possibility, and people like taking that vacation in their head, right? When they go up and they buy, that's part of the allure of any kind of lottery, is like, maybe I do have a chance. Because you do have a chance. It's just that you're better off, literally, you'd be better off using that $2 or $3 on something else, literally, than you would be buying a lottery ticket. So, we'll talk more about this tomorrow. But when Josh came in, guys, when Josh came in, this was cool. There were 27 books. Okay? No, not 27, sorry. There was 96 books possible to pick from that I used last year. Okay? One of those had his brother's name in it. And he got that book. What's the % chance of that happening?
0.1.
He basically has, he had a 1% chance, a 1% chance of getting his brother's book. And he got it. I thought that's kind of cool. And he got that book. You guys realize if you were to do this, 1 out of 420, that's your chances of winning the lotto. Go ahead and do it just for fun. It's how many zeros?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, point, and then 8 zeros and a 2. All right, ticket outs right here, go. Homework for tonight, 2, 3, and 4 on page 17. Do not leave. I need all the calculators put back in the right spots. Huh? Yeah, it came up. I did. Ticket out. So guys, shh. Exit ticket. Homework for tonight, 2, 3, and 4 on page 17.
How many students
Shh. So it's a total of 62 kids. I'll save you some time counting. And you notice it's students. I don't know what happened to my S there. Got a little carried away putting away the red. So what percent of students enjoy Coke? Now remind you, they only have 4 choices. They have apple juice, Pepsi, Coke, and milk. I'm saying it correctly instead of milk. That's my New England accent, milk. We don't call it milk in Maine, it's milk.
Milk.
It's weird, I know.
Milk. I drink milk.
Just like no one drives cars, they drive cars.
It's like caramel. You should hear my mom and her sister.
What, caramel instead of caramel?
What about quaff? I can't remember what I wrote.
You want to do the work in your... So once again, yeah, you guys don't have to worry about this one today. Once again, we're looking at desired outcome over total possibilities. What is my desired outcome here? What is it though? It's Coke.
Oh.
How many kids want Coke? Okay, so my desired outcome is Coke and 19 kids want Coke. What's my total possibilities? 62? Because that's how many kids took this survey. And what is that, 31%? 30? 31%. So this is what that 31%, what does that 31% mean?
31% of the 62.
Okay, what's another way to say it? 31% of the students prefer Coke. If I had 100 kids, how many are going to choose Coke according to the survey? 31. So out of 100 kids, if I had 100, 31 of them would choose Coke. Here only 19 did because I only had 62. But if I made my total possibilities 100, that would change the desired outcome to 31. Please make sure pencils on the floor over there. Pick those up, Josh. Calculators are away, and we'll see you guys later.
Chico mode. Or mobile.
Give it to me tomorrow. Yes, you can. Cody, put that away. Thank you.
Really?
Well, put down your books. It'd be way faster.